Shortages are not always accidents. In modern markets, scarcity can be engineered. A sold-out screen creates demand faster than any billboard. A waitlist turns a product into a status symbol. A queue becomes marketing that costs nothing and spreads everywhere. Today we map the quiet business model behind being out of stock on purpose, calmly, analytically, without drama. Part 1. The big picture. Scarcity used to mean a broken supply line or bad harvest. Today it often means strategy. Companies don't just react to demand, they shape it. The tools are simple. Managed capacity, controlled release schedules, selective allocation across regions and retailers. Think of a firm as a dam. Sometimes it opens the gates. Sometimes it releases water in measured pulses. Sometimes it redirects the flow to one valley first and another later. A sellout does three things immediately. Signals popularity, pushes customers to pay more next time, funnels people toward higher margin alternatives. Now this is demand shaping. When supply looks tight, willingness to pay rises. When customers fear missing out, they move faster, accept bundles, or take whatever is left. Strategic allocation works the same way. Key retailers get inventory first. Flagship stores always look strong. Secondary markets wait. None of this is conspiracy. It is the math of incentives. When the marginal unit sold at full price beats the extra unit sold at a discount, restraint becomes profit. Modern scarcity is not the absence of supply, it is the presence of design. Part 2. Case study. Tech shortages. Technology makes scarcity easy to see because everything depends on long, inflexible pipelines. A GPU is not a single product. It is wafer allocation, memory modules, coolers, logistics, and assembly. Pacing the valve changes the entire market. During past cycles, global chip lead times stretched beyond 20 weeks. That was real constraint. But the theatrical part came from limited drops, staggered restocks, and region-by-region release waves that kept attention hot. Scalpers were not a glitch. They were a mirror. When resale premiums jumped roughly 50% above retail during peak demand, the secondary market validated the brand's story without the brand saying a word. Consoles followed the same script. Early announcements, capped pre-orders, online lotteries, small retail waves, and email invitations. Millions shipped, yet millions still waited. The shortage became the advertising. Even automakers used scarcity when microcontroller shortages hit. With limited chips, they prioritized high-margin trims and delayed entry-level models. Result: fewer cars on the lot, more profit per unit. When supply is tight, companies choose who waits. When supply loosens, some keep the rhythm because the rhythm pays. Part 3. Case study. Luxury scarcity. Luxury invented engineered scarcity. Watchmakers release models in tiny batches. Boutiques curate lists. Your dream model might arrive next week, or next year. The uncertainty is the product. High-end handbags work the same way. Flagships receive only a few units. You build a relationship. You browse nearby items. You buy accessories while waiting for the main piece. The shelf is never full because a full shelf breaks the myth. Sneakers industrialized this model. A precise drop time, a limited run, an app lottery. Shoes vanish in seconds. Screenshots flood social feeds. The resale market erupts. The brand stays silent because the customers are doing the marketing. A long wait tells you the product is special. The demand curve is written in patience. In luxury, scarcity is not a shortfall. It is raw material. Part 4. The profit logic of scarcity. Scarcity rewires behavior. Price discrimination is the first lever. If supply looks tight, buyers sort themselves by willingness to pay. Some move faster. Some move up the range. The company captures more value without changing the product. Queue economics is the second lever. A line becomes marketing. It buys time, free publicity, and the ability to adjust production before buyers jump ship. Inventory throttling is the third. If you ship everything now, you risk discounting later. If you meter supply, you stabilize prices, protect the brand story, and steer inventory to the most strategic locations. Hype dynamics are the fourth. A product that is hard to get today feels worth more tomorrow. Pre-orders rise. Bundles look reasonable. Extended warranties sell faster. Anchoring is the fifth. Once scarcity sets the reference point, high prices look normal. Put it together and scarcity becomes a pricing technology. Part 5. Behavioral design behind scarcity. Humans are not calculators. We are wired with predictable biases. Loss aversion makes losing an opportunity feel worse than paying extra. So firms design last units labels and ending soon timers. The scarcity effect makes limited items feel special, even when more batches will come later. Urgency collapses decision windows. Countdowns accelerate buying. People skip research and accept compromises. Fear of exclusion activates communities. Drops create digital clubhouses where being part of the moment feels meaningful. Choice architecture edits decisions before they begin. Put the mid-tier plan in the default slot. Put the scarce high-margin trim in the spotlight. Guide the eye. Guide the choice. Around half of shoppers say they are more likely to buy when they see low stock queues. Not because they're naive, but because the wiring is ancient. Part 6. The human cost. Scarcity as strategy has real consequences. Prices rise faster than paychecks. Families buy earlier than planned. Small businesses face delays that hurt revenue. Access becomes unequal. Those with time and tools navigate queues. Those without pay more or go without. Frustration builds. People don't mind popular items being popular. They mind when the game feels rigged. There is also an attention tax. Constant drops and alerts become mini emergencies that interrupt daily life. And scarcity can hide problems. When everything sells out, quality issues stay buried. Customer support becomes triage. None of this needs outrage. It needs literacy. Scarcity is not always fate. Often it is a business model. Shortages can be real and still be profitable. Queues can be honest and still be marketing. Limited runs can be about craftsmanship and still be about pricing power. The key is to see the incentives clearly. For buyers, calm rules help. Decide early, compare alternatives, and refuse to let urgency choose for you. The scarcity myth is not that shortages exist. The myth is that they are purely accidental. In the modern economy, scarcity is often engineered because scarcity pays. Stay curious, stay sharp.